What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited you're here. Today we're answering the question of what is the fastest way to lose weight. And for those of you guys who are new here, if you don't know who I am your boy Roy. I'm the CEO of RUF Fitness, and it is my mission to give you the tools and the knowledge to help you build your happiest, healthiest life with a foundation of workouts, nutrition, and accountability. Okay, so I'm extremely excited to dive into today's topic, and I do want to give you a little context of where this question kind of came to be. You see, when a lot of people join what we call our accelerator program, our one-on-one coaching, whether it's online or in person, a very common question is, how quickly can I expect to lose the weight? Which is a little kind of twist and turn on the question we're answering today, but I think the question is kind of the same foundation, right? When somebody starts their weight loss journey or their health journey, you want results and you want them now. So the question is the same as, how quickly can I lose the weight? And we're going to answer that today. Now, I do want to say as well that I hope that when you consume my content, you can feel that I want to kind of really get to the root cause, and I appreciate your time. I want to make sure that we're answering the right questions so that way you can leave here with making sure you're getting the desired outcome. I think words are extremely important, and when you ask questions, it creates a problem, and how we approach that problem is going to change depending on what the question is. And again, is answering that question giving us the desired outcome? And so when we ask the question, what is the fastest way to lose weight? And when people ask me this in consults, I get a kick out of this because I literally say this. This is always my answer, and I'm going to answer your question really quick here. I always say, well, losing weight's not hard. If you want to lose weight quickly, then just don't eat for 2 or 3 days. And people always have the same response. It catches them off guard, and it's probably catching you off guard as well. You probably take a step back, and you're like, but that's not what I want. And we kind of laugh about it. I'm like, exactly. I'm like, you don't really want to lose weight fast. The goal is for it to be sustainable. And they're like, yes, because at some point you're going to have to eat. So just not eating isn't the solution that we're looking for, right? And so I hope that you're kind of seeing that the way we ask the question is important. And so the truth is that when I tell people just don't eat for 2 or 3 days, they take that step back. They start to realize, I'm like, the goal is, how can I lose weight and make sure it's sustainable? I'm a big believer in the fact that you don't win fitness. You don't win weight loss. It's not like you lose the weight and aha, you're done. It's, okay, now that I lost the weight, I got to keep it off, right? Nobody wants to do a 6-day, 6-week, 6-month program and lose all the weight and get healthier. And then the day after their program, they backslide and start to gain all the weight back. That's not what you want. And so I want to make sure that I'm setting you guys up for success as we go through this journey of what is maybe the better way to lose weight to make sure that it's sustainable long term. Now, once we kind of get through that and we're like, okay, so obviously the goal isn't just to lose weight, it is to lose weight and make sure it's sustainable. I kind of want to challenge people in the consults, and even I want to challenge you right now to think a little deeper. And I say, okay, well, is the goal actually to lose weight? And people always come back and they're like, well, yeah, that's why I'm here. I got 10, I got 20, I got 30, I got 50, I got 100 pounds to lose. Like, there's weight to lose. That's why I'm here. I need help. And I say, okay, well, let's kind of break this down. Let's really get in here. I want to challenge you because there's actually 4 different types of weight you can lose. And I want to break those down with you right here. The first kind of weight is water weight. So I want you to think that you're starting your health journey. What do most people do? They start working out. They start moving more. And when that happens, what tends to happen? You start to sweat more. Simply just sweating more, you lose water weight. We could also go to the extreme and just say, drink less water or drink less liquids. What's going to happen? Those first couple pounds you're going to lose are probably water weight. And so the question is water weight the kind of weight you want to lose? And most people are like, nah, like, that's not the weight I want to lose. And again, I get it, but I want to challenge you. I want to dig deep here. And so the question is why not? Why don't you want to lose water weight? You said that the goal was to lose weight. We can easily do that just by sweating a little more or drinking a little less water. And so let's really kind of dive into that. And so I've kind of broken this down into two categories. When you say you want to lose weight, that's not really the goal. What is the ultimate goal here? And it breaks down into two things. And those two things are, one, you either want to look better, or two, you want to feel better, right? You want to look better. You want to look good naked. You want to have that confidence. You want to feel better. You want to not be scared to be in photos, or you want to feel better. You want to have more energy. You want to not just be alive, but you want to live life. You want to be around for your kids and your grandkids and actually be able to play with them. You want to get rid of the high blood pressure, the high cholesterol, the joint pain, right? It's going to come to one of those two categories, or maybe a mix of both. And so as we go through these different types of weight we can lose, we can look at that to say, is this the kind of weight I want to lose? So when we look at water weight, we can say, well, is losing water weight going to change the way I look? Probably not. And if it does, it's not the kind of look we're going for. And so we say, well, is losing water weight going to make me feel better? Well, probably not. Your body is primarily made up of water. So if we're losing that kind of weight and it starts to be drastic, then you're probably not going to be feeling your best, and we'll have a lot of dehydration issues with that as well. So that's why we can conclude that water weight isn't the type of weight we want to lose. So that brings us to category number 2, which is food weight. And so food weight's a very interesting one because, like we said earlier, you can't really avoid eating food. And so the example I want to give is we have you here, you're on the scale and you weigh yourself, and you weigh X amount. The amount doesn't matter, but you weigh yourself. Then you get off the scale, and let's say you maybe eat a couple pieces of pizza. You eat these pieces of pizza and then you hop back on the scale. Do you think the number on the scale will go up? Will it stay the same, or will it go down? I think the answer here is pretty obvious, that the number on the scale is going to go up. And the reason why this is important is because just because you had that piece of pizza or the hamburger or the grilled chicken or the broccoli, whatever you ate, just because the number on the scale went up, it's only because there's food in your system, right? That's not going to change how you look unless we're eating a lot of food and maybe we're bloated or something, but it's temporary, right? It's not really going to change how we look. And when we look at the reverse side of that, the other side of the coin, if we were to just cut our calories, if we were to eat less because we want to lose weight, then what happens there? Well, the first couple pounds that we're going to lose is going to be water weight and food weight, because instead of eating a couple pieces of pizza, maybe you only eat one slice of pizza. Now there's just less food in your stomach and you're losing weight because of that. And again, it's not necessarily going to change long-term the way you look, right? And also, we can also ask, is eating the less food going to change the way you feel for the better? And I think this is an interesting one, because for a lot of us, when we're cutting calories, when we're eating a lot less, especially depending if you're going to these extremes, we tend to have less energy. We tend to be hungrier more often, which makes us cranky or hangry, as some people will say. And, your libido might be down. It's just like, for the most part, especially depending on how many or how little you're eating, you're probably not feeling your best while you're doing that. So now you're not looking any different and you're not feeling any better. And to make this full circle with the first category, most of the foods we eat, especially whole foods, have a lot of water in them. So by reducing your calories and eating less, in turn, we're also having less water. And so again, for most of us starting our weight loss journey, that initial couple pounds we're losing is just water and food weight. That first pound, 2 pounds, 5 pounds, maybe even 10 pounds could just be food and water. And again, not necessarily changing the way we look or the way we feel. So when I ask people, is food weight the kind of weight you want to lose? Usually the answer is no. Okay, so if food weight's not the answer, then let's go to the third category. The third category, as far as what kind of weight we can lose, is muscle weight. And muscle weight is really interesting. And so the way I want you to think about this is that your body has one goal, one mission, and that's to survive. Literally, your body's goal is to not die. And so I want you guys to think about this, is that if you run out of energy, if you eat too little, if you stop eating, if the gas tank gets to 0, you will die, right? And so your body wants to do anything it can to avoid that from happening. And so for a lot of us, when we go to these extremes and we're cutting a lot of calories, we're not eating enough, we run the risk of depriving our body and starving it. And when that happens, your body can literally start to eat the lean muscle tissue, your literal muscle, and use that for energy. And if that were to happen, it can create a cascade of negative events, right? One, it could start to slow down your metabolism and how many calories you burn in a day, which could ultimately make it harder to lose weight, burn fat, all of those things in the long run. Two, it can slow down your hormone production, which isn't going to have you feeling any better. And of course, your hair, skin, and nails can start to get brittle and things like that. Like just a cascade of negative events. And so when we kind of start breaking down, losing muscle tissue or muscle weight, instantly you can say, well, I'm not going to feel any better. If it's messing up my hormones and slowing down my metabolism and going to, stun my progress, then I definitely don't want that. And then we talk about, well, is it going to make you look any different or any better? And to be honest, for most of you, depending on, how you want to look, everybody's goals are a little different, but shaping your body the way you want it to look, a lot of that structure comes from your lean muscle tissue. So if you want to lose the right kind of weight, usually it's not muscle tissue because it's not going to allow you to look the way you want or build your body the way you want it to look by the end of this. So we can kind of take muscle weight, say, no, that's not the weight I want to lose either. Which brings us to the fourth and final category of weight loss, which is fat weight. And I know when I say fat weight, immediately all of you guys are like, ding, 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 like we got a winner. I definitely want to lose fat. And listen, I agree with you, but we got to go through our progression. So the first one is losing fat weight going to make you look any better? And again, everybody's got different goals. I'm not here to say that it will or will not, but we know that if you do have weight to lose and you struggle with how you look and you're looking for that confidence, you're looking for all these things, for a lot of people, burning the fat will allow that to happen. Okay. On the other side, as far as feeling better, when you do struggle with joint pain, when you do struggle with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or maybe you're just nervous about, the longevity or being able to live your life or play, and go out and play with your kids and be around for your kids or your grandkids, losing the weight would definitely help with a lot of those things. And so it ticks both categories or maybe a mix of both, depending on what your goals are. And so this is why we can conclude that this is the kind of weight we want to lose, which now changes the question again. It's not just I want to lose weight and make sure it's sustainable, because we want to lose the right kind of weight, right? And so the question now becomes, what's the best way to burn fat so I can look and feel the way I want long term? You guys, the way we ask these questions, I hope that this is changing your perception, your mindset around approaching this weight loss journey. Because when we ask this question, it changes our approach, because now it's no longer how can I lose the most amount of weight in a week or a month. And I'll give you guys this as a bonus. A year from now, a year from watching this video, if you truly start this weight loss journey and stick with it and do it the right way, a year from now, you're not going to care if it took you 6 weeks or 6 months to see all of the progress. All you're going to care about a year from now is that you're still are seeing the progress and you're still moving in the right direction and you're still building off of this foundation you set a year ago, right? And so again, I think that we answer this question pretty quickly in the beginning. What's the fastest way to lose weight is just not to eat. And I think we've gone through this journey to change our mindset to say, well, that's not really what I want. And now that we are asking the right question, as you start your weight loss journey, you can change your approach and say, is the protocol, is the plan that I'm following, is this something that's going to, one, lose the right kind of weight? Is it going to help me burn fat? Okay. And is doing this plan going to allow me to look better and or feel better based on my goals? And if it's doing all three of those things, the final question is it sustainable? Can I do this? Can I see myself doing it for the next year, 5 years, 10 years, 2 decades, 3 decades, 4 decades? Can you see yourself doing it for the rest of your life? And it's got to answer all those questions, and that can move you in the right direction to make sure you're doing the right program. You guys, I really hope that this makes sense. I was super excited to this video. I only have one ask for you, and that's to make sure you don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the new content or videos we are coming out with to help you guys build your happiest, healthiest life. I really do appreciate you guys. I am your boy, Roy, and just remember, we don't pray for an easy life. We earn a rough one. Y'all keep earning those cookies.